Hi historians, we're going to annotate this text together. Notice that I'm going to be doing several things. First, I will identify my genre and if it's a primary or secondary source. I will box the topic in each paragraph and write a gist statement for each section. I will circle any unknown vocabulary words and I'm going to fill out my TAMS graphic organizer at the bottom of my page. I'm going to also show you a trick for underlining details that may help you answer questions later. Let's get started. This is titled Indigenous Peoples of the Arctic. I can tell that this is a nonfiction text, so I'm going to click text box and I'm going to type in F. I can also tell that this is a secondary source because I can tell it was written after this time period took place. This is a scholarly piece of writing that came from a textbook, so that's why I know it's a secondary source. Let's start reading. The Arctic cultural region extends throughout the northernmost regions of Canada and Alaska. Much of the Arctic region is made up of tundra, a type of climate zone with cold temperatures and no trees. It's time for me to box my topic, so I'm clicking Shapes and the square, and I'm boxing Arctic cultural region. In the winter, the Arctic region's temperatures are below freezing and are often accompanied by snowstorms. During the summer, the temperature is still cool, but the sun rarely sets fully, so it is often bright outside even at night. Because of these extreme conditions, few people called the Arctic cultural region home. Sounds like this is mostly talking about the temperature of the region, so I'm going to box temperatures. I also see a word that I didn't know right away, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to circle that word, that unknown vocabulary word, tundra. Now I see this is the end of this section, so I'm going to click comment and I'm going to write a gist statement about what this section was about. I can tell that this section was about the geography of the Arctic cultural region, so I'm just going to write the geography of the Arctic cultural region. Notice that I did not need to write a complete sentence. A gist statement is just a really short, just a short reminder about what this section is about. Remember, it should be more than just the topic. It should be as specific as possible. Let's try one more before our time runs out today. We're going to keep reading the section titled Finding Food. The cold climate often made finding food difficult in the tundra since few plants were able to survive the harsh environment. Throughout most of the year, the tundra was covered in a thick layer of frozen soil, which, in combination with the continuous daylight in summer and the powerful winds all year long, prevented many plants from surviving in the region. The vegetation that was hardly enough to survive the harsh conditions was usually inedible to humans. Without edible food to find or grow, the people of the region could not rely on agriculture to survive. Let's go ahead and click Shapes. It's time for us to box our topic. I can tell that this is about finding food. I also saw a word that looked unfamiliar at first, so I'm going to circle inedible. That's a vocabulary word that maybe I didn't know before. Let's keep reading. This vegetation did, however, attract herds of caribou and other animals to the region. During the summer months, the people of the Arctic followed the caribou into the tundra for food. As winter approached, they would migrate to the coast of the Arctic Ocean and hunt sea mammals and fish. Interesting. This sounds like it talks about what the people ate when they couldn't eat the vegetation. They hunted. So I'm going to look for the word hunt right here, and I'm going to go ahead and box hunt. Now it's time for me to write down what this section was about. I'm going to write my gist statement. So notice I clicked comment, my dot showed up, and I'm going to write this is about finding food in the Arctic. So finding food in the Arctic cultural region. I'm going to go ahead and capitalize my A because I want to make sure I'm doing that part right. All right, Kipsters. Now our time is up. I'm going to finish annotating this on my own. I do want to show you one quick trick. Notice when I click Shapes and this line, if there's ever any information that helps me answer a question later, I can use this line to underline it and reference it again. All right, Kipsters, I'm going to include my second video on how to fill out our TAMs in just a moment.